How y'all doing? This is Coach D. Welcome to the first podcast show of Code31 Media TV, live only on sstreetmedia. My name is Coach D. I'm from Southside Jamaica, Queens. Code 31 stands for competition officially doesn't exist. 31 is my basketball number. Everything is incorporated from Code 31. I started with the apparel line, then I did the media in 2018, and now here in 2023 we got Code 31 Media TV podcast. What I want y'all to understand is loyalty means a lot to me. So I brought these gentlemen in, and I want to introduce them to you right now. We got DJ Frank White from Unsigned Heat Podcast. And then we got Owl Man. We got Alonzo. And we got Photo Bonds in the back. And we got World of Rama in here. And we got Mathematics from sstreetmedia and Grind Hard TV. Without them, this would not be possible. This is my birthday podcast. My birthday was Monday, so we're going to set it off right. So, Frank, introduce yourself, young man.
DJ Frank White, CEO of Unsigned Heat Podcast Club, representing the Bronx and the whole New York.
That's what's up. Owl Man?
My name is John, but people call me Owl Man. I've gotten used to it, so I'm not telling them to stop. Do video production, cinematography, animations, a lot of fashion stuff, and representing Queens. So, yeah, here.
Alonzo
from Zoe Photography, all media, photography, video. Glad to be here with Coach D.
If you could slide up real quick, Photo Bonds, so you could just say hey.
Yo, what up, what up? It's Photo Bonds Digital Media. What it look like, Bronx? We in the building. What it look like? Code 31. Yeah, Photo Bonds, photographer, videographer, graphic designer. Man, I'm here for you, baby. Let's go.
Appreciate it. So what I want y'all to understand is Code 31 Media is not Code 31 Media without these four gentlemen right here. They all played a significant role in me being who I am as Code 31 Media. So Frank, let them know 2010 is when we met. Let them know your story on our bond.
I would say I met Don at what was it? That club Pyramid.
Club Pyramid.
Yeah, is it still there?
I believe it's still there. Well, it used to be there. That's where we met.
Yeah.
Yes, and like I said, Frank knew me before the media when I was just really Coach D, just coaching kids from Southside Jamaica, Queens, and he's the one that really gave me the vision to, go out there and get it yourself, don't wait on nobody. And this was even before I envisioned doing media. I just, wanted to help build with what he was doing back then, and so, but he was like, nah, do what you got to do for yourself. Don't worry about what nobody's saying. Just stay focused. So I appreciate Frank, and that's why he's here tonight on my first podcast for Code 31 Media TV.
Okay. I like that. Makes me feel good. Man.
Absolutely. That's what you have to do. On your elevation, you must always remember the people that got you there. And you're one of the people that inspired me and got me to where I am today.
Okay. That's what's up,
you know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna move over here to the left to Alonzo Bolden, aka Zoe Photography. I met him when I did a memorial game in memory of my brother Mark Ellison. Again, another gentleman, my brother. Without him, none of this is possible. Since young, I was his shadow for 38 years, and he's the reason why I have the bully in me, so to speak, from playing basketball. He would always tell me, don't talk trash. Let them talk trash first and make them pay. So that's what I incorporate in media right now. When people say, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, I make them pay. So when they told me I couldn't do this media thing, I did that. When they told me, oh, you can't do the magazines, I did that. Now I'm doing the podcast, you know what I'm saying? And I'm building it with sstreetmedia and Grind Hard TV. And that's what we have to do out here. We have to unify, build one another up, not tear each other down. And so I think Alonzo, I know he don't really like being on camera and all that, but I truly appreciate you, young man. It wasn't even about money with him. He just believed in my vision, and anything that I needed him for, he stepped up and he was right there for me. So Alonzo, I thank you. Like, it was times we was grinding, waiting hours to get 2 minutes with these people, and we would share freaking chicken tenders, French fries from the Barclays, $25, and share soda together. Yeah. So that's my rider right there. That's why I have these gentlemen here, because it's not about the money for them. They see my vision, they see my goals, and they riding with me, and I love all four of them for that.
Amen.
And then we have Owl Man, which Alonzo brought in when he couldn't be available, and Owl Man stepped in just like we known each other forever. And he's from Queens as well. You know, when you're from Queens, it's a different beast for me when you're from Queens. So.
Oh man, I feel some type of way about that, man. You know,
no, I got two from the Bronx. Y'all from the Bronx. You a photo from the Bronx.
Oh man,
I still got love for my other boroughs, but it's just a different beast when they come from your borough. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh man,
you understand that?
It's a lot of traveling though.
Hey, you lived in Queens, now you in Brooklyn. Cut it out.
Oh, see what I'm saying? That you don't start a war.
Now, no war. It's no war. It's no war. It's all love. It's all
a war love.
It's all New York love. But you know what I'm saying? My energy goes up an extra notch if you're from Queens. I can't help that. I can't help that. But Frank, what you got going on?
Right now, we focus on a podcast. Been doing it for like 2 years now. I do it every month. Interview like 4 or 5 people at a time. I mean, working on reality show and trying to get that together. Coming out with maybe an EP, all beats and production done by me. So you know, I'm looking for some artists and who want to be on the EP.
All right, and tell them about your books. You got books too?
Oh, I got 9 books out. You know what I mean? It's working, man. It's working. You know what I mean? So 2 of my books got $5 on Amazon. Right now, I just looked at it. Somebody called me and told me about it. So I'm just working, you know. So that's about it.
And where can they find you on social media?
You can find me on IG, Unsigned Heat Podcast, Unsigned Heat Facebook, and YouTube.
All right, well, you guys, you heard it. So if y'all need anything from Frank, you can find him on Unsigned Heat Podcast, on IG, Facebook. If you need books, DJ, beats, all that stuff. He got the reality TV show. I'm pretty sure he's going to be looking for guests for that. He got the podcast. So y'all rock with Frank just like I rock with Frank. And Frank, even though this is my first podcast, you know what you got to say your name, and it's
Code31.
Let's get it. All right, up next we got Owl Man. Let them know a little bit about yourself, young man.
Well, yeah, I came from Queens. I got into film in high school, and I had a team. And we did little projects together, little things that we deemed little projects. And around that time, I realized that I was good at it. I realized I can put the stuff on TV. This is the stuff that people get paid a whole lot of money and then, appeasing to the crowd, and stuff in movie theaters and things of that nature. These days, I'm taking it day by day. I want to get into a lot of bigger projects this year, a lot of self-start projects. I'm always involved in other people's big projects, but I don't have the attention span to get my own script and write. Okay, let me just do this. It feels like that episode of SpongeBob when he's trying to write the essay and it keeps starting with that one square letter. But I'm getting into that and 2D and 3D animation, realizing.
Yeah, what made you want to go that course with the animation and being behind the scenes?
Oh, I always wanted to get into animation. I was just always discouraged because I wouldn't call it drawing, and I figured that I'd have to be a very avid drawer for me to go from, the things I see in my head to the things that I'm seeing on TV. But I'm learning how to do 2D animation with vectors and Adobe Illustrator, and then I'm moving my way into 3D animation with things like Blender. So
yeah, I'm definitely going to have to pick your brain on that, because I would like to change all my interviews into animation. So, and I'm telling y'all, I'm going to tell y'all, I don't care if you know my blueprint, because you're not me. So you could try to pull it off, but you're not me. So remember that. But it's been years that I've been wanting to change my interviews into animation. You know that, Frank. You know that, Zoe. But I want to talk to Zoe now. Zoe, what made you want to be in photography, even though I know you don't like to be interviewed? Oh, but you do have something that you want to promote.
Oh, no, no.
Not right now? Okay, well, he's not going, he's really low key on it, but I am playing a traffic cop in his new movie that's coming out this year called Color. So, shout out to Alonzo. This movie has been 10 years in the making, and I'm very proud of him. Like I said, I know he's very low key, so we're going to let him glide into the background, and we're going to let Photo Bonds take his spot. I love you, Alonzo.
Love you too. That's why I'm here.
All right, you can switch spots since you don't really want to be on there. We're going to bring Photo Bonds in.
Chill. Click. I get some applause, please.
This is the baby of the group, guys. This is the real energy, the fire of Code31 Media. When Alonzo, had to go to do his other projects, Photo Bond stepped right in
Click,
to the team and did what I needed to get done for Code31 Media. And that's why he is here. So, Photo Bond.
Clap for me. Let's go. Code31, baby.
Let them know a little bit about yourself, young man. Let them know a little bit about yourself.
Yo, what up? It's Photo Bonds, Bonds Digital Media. You can find me on Instagram, Photo Bonds Digital Media promo. Excuse me, Photo Bonds DM promo to be correct. And what's the question again? I'm sorry, I'm over here promoting stuff.
Who is Photo Bonds? Like, what made you want to be a cameraman?
Well, what got me into it was my boy was doing parties and he needed a photographer, so I just stepped in and became the photographer. And during the pandemic, I needed some extra income, and I was just trying to figure out what was going to be the next wave for me. And I was looking like, do I want to work for somebody else or do I want to work for myself? And ultimately, that's what brought me here. And now we here, baby.
We here, baby.
Click.
So, guys, I want y'all to know that's tuning in live. These are my guys right here. This is my Code31 Media team. And I showed you Frank, who came in before the media. I showed you Owlman. I showed you Alonzo. And now Photo Bonds is my present cameraman. But they all are my team. Like I said, Owlman's a big guy. He doing big things, but he comes through for me when I need him. Me and Frank about to build, you know what I'm saying? Now we got the magazines.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a magazine owner. Shout out to Jerry. He was supposed to call in. Jerry, where are you? You were supposed to call back in. But shout out to Jerry Fontillo. He made me believe in myself as far as doing the magazine. For a long time, I was grinding and writing for other magazines, and I was promised the cover, and, I never got that. So Jerry was like, forget that. We're going to create your own magazine. We're going to put you on your own cover because that's what bosses do. So shout out to Jerry Fontillo. And now we doing it. So y'all can purchase these magazines on umag.cloud.com. And you can get these two magazines. Shout out to the 21 TikTokers.
Shout out to y'all.
Featured in the second edition. You know what I mean? They told me the first one was a fluke because I had celebrities in it. So I said, we're going to go. Okay, here we go, Jerry, right now. Jerry's here. Let me see if I can.
And I just got to add, it's a very quality magazine. Very well written.
The cover looks
together.
amazing. You look on both sides of the cover.
Thank you so much.
Amazing.
Jerry, can you hear me? Jerry? Can we hear Jerry or no?
Jerry, you're alive on Code31 Media.
Jerry, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. I got him on speaker. Everybody, this is Jerry Fontillo. This is like my big bro. He calls me every day. He gets on me when, you know what I'm saying, I let distractions come in the way. This is my voice of reason. This is my inspiration for the magazine, just for media in general. This man has been in my life for over 10 years as well. After my brother passed, he stepped in. My bro Jay stepped in. Alonzo stepped in. So these have been like my brother figures throughout my media career and my coaching career. So Jerry, you got a few words while we on air?
You know what it is, D. It's the Code31 Media Takeover.
Let's get it.
You know what I'm saying? We got magazines coming. Code31 Media, Volume 1 out now. Volume 2, the TikTok edition out now. Mm-hmm. And I know you have some more stuff coming with comedians and R&B legends.
Yes.
And, we got to do this. You've been in the game for a minute now. You're one of the best interviewers I know, period. So it's about time for the whole world to see.
Oh, give me a second. Give me a second. We're gonna go to Bluetooth. Hold on. Okay, it's on there. Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, cool. Yep, I can hear you.
Yeah, I was just saying you've been doing this for a minute.
Yes.
So it's about time for you to take over and let the world know how talented you really are.
Yes. And Jerry,
we've
just
been
tell them a
doing it-
little bit about yourself and over the 80 magazines you've been in, and now you created your own lane.
80, okay.
I said over 80.
Oh yeah. I've been published over 1,000 times.
Okay.
To be honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been in hundreds and hundreds of magazines.
Yes.
In America and overseas, actually all over the world.
Yes.
I've shot for Victoria's Secret in New York, Death Flash magazine, Baywatch magazine. Actually, pretty much any magazine out there, I've shot for them. So now I started my own publication.
Yes.
know what
UMag
I'm saying?
Publishing, y'all.
Yeah, put out my own title.
So
But,
if you want to create your own magazine, you can hit up Jerry at UMag Publishing, and you can publish your own magazine now. You don't have to wait on these other magazines that taking 2 and 3 months and charging you a whole bunch of money. Jerry cracked the blueprint on how to make your own magazine, and he showed me how to do it. And now we got 2 issues out of Code31 Media magazine, and he has a whole bunch of stuff that he's coming out with. Tell him a little bit about yours, Jerry.
Yeah, we got the Frontier Experience magazine out right now. We got Miss Lim Volume 1 and 2. We got the Dark Chocolate edition. I got Family Music Vibes out. I just dropped Model All Stars magazine. I'm about to drop #1 graphic magazine this weekend. Shout out to the #1 athletic gear in New York right now. So it's project every time you turn around. I got the holiday editions out. I got Fresh Take magazine. I'm shooting for Boss Up magazine next weekend. So, whatever models and people of industry come through for the 13th shoot, it's like the 13th and the 14th, is going to be featured in Boss Up magazine issue #2.
And guess what, Jerry? We're going to do the sstreetmedia issue of Code31 Media magazine, baby. And Grind Hard
I'm with
TV.
it. I'm with it.
So I thank you. Let them know where they can reach you on social media before we let you go.
All right, it's Fontillo Photos on Instagram. That's FONTILLO _PHOTOS. And let me see, we got the Super Ugly Movement, of course. Just the Super Ugly Movement. And Jerry the Big Joker. Any one of those, you'll reach me. Actually, you can just Google me. It'll take you to all my pages. Jerry Fontillo.
All right, Jerry, before you go, you know what I need.
Of course, it's Jerry Fontillo, CEO of Vortex Photography, Super Ugly Movement, and it's Code31.
Love you, bro. Talk to you
All right.
soon. All right. So, guys, you have met all of the gentlemen that are inspirations in my life from before media, presently, and probably after media. Jerry is, like I said, we talk every day. He knows everything that I'm going through personally, and he, like I said, he's on me. Frank used to be like that too, when we was tight like that back in the day. Now that's Jerry's role in my life. So you guys have met everybody that means something to me, and we got Grind Hard TV coming up next. But I wanted to celebrate my first podcast with the gentlemen who have got me to where I am, and I thank all of you.
Thank you for having us.
So we're gonna go to a commercial break. No? Not yet? How much longer? Okay. All right, so guys, I want to tell y'all a little bit about the magazines. The first one, Code31 Media magazine, that features KRS-One on the cover. He was my very first interview. I was afforded an ability to interview Rakim in April. I waited 2 years for this interview, guys. 2 years for this interview, and I got Rakim. I waited hours for this interview, but the 2 minutes that I got with that legend was priceless. Right before I interviewed Rakim, I got to interview T.I. at the Barclays, his first comedic debut. It didn't go too well for him. He got booed. But initially they said that we weren't going to be able to interview him or Lil' Kim. But it turns out that after he got booed, he came down to where the media was, and I was the first one to interview him, and he was just very accommodating. And so shout out to T.I., because anybody else would have been like, nah, I'm not doing no interviews. Forget y'all. Brooklyn booed me. You know what I mean? New York booed me. And I got to meet Cormega. I came to his listening party. He was awesome. Ralph McDaniels was there. I also got to cover Ralph McDaniels' red carpet for You're Watching Video Music Box. So it's been an incredible year. I got to interview Slick Rick there. I met Nas. Day 26. I got to meet Wyclef. I got to interview Dougie Fresh. Red Alert, me and him go back over 20 years. I met him at Houlihan's with my mother and my sister, and then I met him again. Shout out to Tretch from Naughty by Nature. When I met him in 2016, Nothing But Love, promoted my products and stuff. We got DJ Drewski, we got Fresher, we got Rich P, we got DJ Self, Mary Lynn. I met so many people in these 4 years. Shout out to Renee. She was supposed to be here, but her son had car trouble. I've interviewed politicians. Ruben Diaz Jr., the former Bronx Borough president. I interviewed Eric Adams before he became mayor. I've interviewed Chuck Schumer, Vanessa L. Gibson, and the list goes on, guys. So my dream interviews are Method Man. If anybody knows me, they know I love Method Man. So my goal this year in 2023 is to get a sit-down interview with Method Man. I interviewed his kids already, and I want to get New Edition, all 6. So those are my goals for 2023, and anybody else that I interview beyond that is a bonus. I already interviewed Styles P and Mano and a lot of other ones. So God has been good in my media journey so far.
Congratulations.
Thank you. You want me to keep going? Okay, so I want y'all, I'm gonna give y'all juice from Coach D. I want you to keep good people around you. This is why my first podcast, I'm showing y'all my team. I'm showing y'all the people that believed in me before and saw my vision. There's a lot of people that I told about my vision, and I asked them to come on board and work with me, and they didn't see my vision or they didn't have time. And as I elevate through the ranks of media, now those same people come back to me and say, yo, D, I believe in you now. Now I see your vision. But it's like, okay, so I starve, right? I got the ingredients for the food. I taught myself how to cook. I made the meal. I'm getting ready to sit down to eat my meal, and now you want to come eat with me. It doesn't work like that with me. So to the people that believed in me, that's why you see these young men sitting before me today. They believed in the vision before, it came to reality, and that's why I love them. So as we elevate, the grind, Code 31 Media, TV, the podcast, first show. That's why these guys are here with me.
Time, no cash. I'm caught up in a hustle where the guns go blast. Queens get the money, long time, no cash. I'm caught up in a hustle where the guns go blast. Ayo, Queens get the money, long time, no cash. I'm caught up in a hustle where the guns go blast. A fool retaliated, so I had to think fast. Pulled out my heat first, he pulled out his heat last. Ayo, Queens get the money, so we tuck the heat. Ain't nothing sweet, and other places think y'all running shit. Then we'll buck your feet. Hot steps, take the right steps. Muscle biceps, strong arm emoji, swinging swords like Shinobi. Can't no rapper hold me out the gate. Can't control me, best beware with your gun. You can't get jacked, sound like Janet. Y'all be wishing on a star, but be taking life for granted. Standing 10 toes down to the ground, my feet is planted. Born in Brooklyn Women's Hospital, but Queens is where I landed. East Elmhurst first, then Flushing. I rushed in, Jamaica never fake the moves outside. Be outside, don't get yourself popped in Far Rock. School of hard knocks, that's Corona. We the owner, shit get sticky, get the blicky or the burn if it's your turn, and that'll learn ya. But only necessary, cause Queens we never bury. Ayo, Queens get the money, long time, no cash. I'm caught up in a hustle where the guns go blast. Queens get the money, long time, no cash. I'm caught up in a hustle where the guns go blast. Ayo, Queens get the money, long time, no cash. I'm caught up in a hustle where the guns go blast. A fool retaliated, so I had to think fast. Pulled out my heat first, he pulled out his heat last. Queens get the money, slogan is inside of me. The best they gotta be. Rest in peace to that nigga Prodigy. I remember when you and your man shot at me over that robbery. Your chain was only 10 carats, but it was heavy jewelry. Foolery we went through when we was young, we was dumb. But in retrospect, I sit back and reflect. It was fun. We would be at each other's house. You drink Henny, I drink rum. It was grimy, hanging out in the 90s, packing guns. Memories of smoking weed in the basement of the dance school. Ironically, same block you would visit when they paroled you. You was ahead of your time with your rhyme, I ain't gon' hold you. It's sad that they do paint on your face at the mural. You was loyal to the hood that wasn't loyal back. You wrote that book, niggas was shook cause none of it was capped from Hempstead, but instead you rep Queens, and that's a fact. They should've took some of these lame rappers and sent your ass back. Hey yo, Queens get the money, long time no cash. I'm caught up in the hustle where the guns go blast. Queens get the money, long time no cash. I'm caught up in the hustle where the guns go blast. Ayo, Queens get the money, long time no cash. I'm caught up in the hustle where the guns go blast. A fool retaliated, so I had to think fast. Pulled out my heat first, he pulled out his heat last. Ayo, Queens get the money, long time no cash. I'm caught up in the hustle where the guns go blast. Queens get the money, long time no cash. I'm caught up in the hustle where the guns go blast. Ayo, Queens get the money, long time no cash. I'm caught up in the hustle where the guns go blast. A fool retaliated, so I had to think fast. Pulled out my heat first, he pulled out his heat last. Ayo, Queens get the money, so we tuck the heat. Ain't nothing sweet, and other places think y'all running shit, then we'll buck your feet. Hot steps, take the right steps. Muscle biceps, strong arm emoji, swinging swords like Shinobi. Can't no rapper hold me out the gate, can't control me. Best beware with your gun. You can't get jacked, sound like Janet. Y'all be wishing on a star, but be taking life for granted. Standing 10 toes down to the ground, my feet is planted. Born in Brooklyn Women's Hospital, but Queens is where I landed. East Elmhurst first, then Flushing. I rushed in, Jamaica never fake the moves outside. Be outside, don't get yourself popped in Far Rock. School of hard knocks, that's Corona. We the only shit get sticky, get the blicky or the burn if it's your turn, and that'll learn ya. But only necessary, cause Queens we never worry. Hey yo, Queens get the money, long time no cash. I'm caught up in the hustle where the guns go blast. Queens get the money, long time no cash. I'm caught up in the hustle where the guns go blast. Ayo, Queens get the money, long time no cash. I'm caught up in the hustle where the guns go blast. A fool retaliated, so I had to think fast. Pulled out my heat first, he pulled out his heat last. Queens get the money, slogan is inside of me. The best they gotta be. Rest in peace to that nigga Prodigy. I remember when you and your man shot at me over that robbery. Your chain was only 10 carats, but it was heavy jewelry. Foolery we went through when we was young, we was dumb. But in retrospect, I sit back and reflect. It was fun. We would be at each other's house. You drink Henny, I drink rum. It was grimy, hanging out in the 90s, packing guns. Memories of smoking weed in the basement of the dance school. Ironically, same block you would visit when they paroled you. You was ahead of your time with your rhyme, I ain't gon' hold you. It's sad that they do paint on your face at the mural. You was loyal to the hood that wasn't loyal back. You wrote that book, niggas was shook cause none of it was capped from Hempstead, but instead you rep Queens, and that's a fact. They should've took some of these lame rappers and sent your ass back. Ayo, Queens get the money, long time no cash. I'm caught up in the hustle where the guns go blast. Queens get the money, long time no cash. I'm caught up in the hustle where the guns go blast. Ayo, Queens get the money, long time no cash. I'm caught up in the hustle where the guns go blast. A fool retaliated, so I had to think fast. Pulled out my heat first, he pulled out his heat last.
We are back with the first podcast of Code31 Media TV, and we got a new guest, but he's not a new guest because this is his home actually, and he's the reason why I'm here. So give it up for my next guest. Introduce yourself, young man.
World of Rama from Grindhard TV podcast, grindhardtv.com, The Hoffs, sstreetmedia,
Yes.
UBC TV Network, Glue TV,
Yes,
Apple, Amazon Fire, Roku, all that. Know what I mean?
That's what's up. So let us know, what made you want to get into media and how we got here on S Street Media today.
Well,
And that last year was your 18th anniversary, so
Facts.
we're going into 19 years
yes.
now. So
Going
what
in-
inspired you to do this, and what inspires you to keep going all these years later?
All right, well, I've always been into hip hop. I grew up with it. You know what I mean? We all adults here. You know what I'm saying? Like hip hop about to be 50. I'm not too far from it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know what I mean? I'm happy to still be here because I've been through so many eras. Like we're like the last of the Mohegans because we've been around before the social media and internet and telephones and all that. Like we're like the last ones. You know what I mean? Nobody else really, this whole generation didn't really get to experience when it wasn't no social media and it wasn't no phones and all that. So I could say I've been around for that. You know what I mean? Not telling my age, but you know.
No,
what I mean?
you could tell your age because I just turned 52 on Monday.
Yeah. Well, I'm 48.
There you go.
And I grew up on hip hop, so there's no possible way that this wouldn't be my religion. So I was always in hip hop, and when I moved to Queens from Brooklyn, as I said in that song, Ayo QGTM, when I moved to Queens, I moved to a legendary neighborhood in Queens, East Elmhurst. Okay. Like I said, East Elmhurst first, then Flushing, I rushed in. Right. East Elmhurst was the neighborhood where Kid and Play, Salt Pepper, Coogee Rap, Beat Nuts, Eric B, like, you know what I mean? A lot of people was in that neighborhood. Yes. So me as a little kid going to 127 elementary school, I'm seeing these rappers in the park and just walking down and I'm like, wow, like I'm like, they're big already. Right. Shout out Morley Mall, because a lot of them from, you know what I'm saying, and Herbie Lovebug, all of them, like, yo. Right. Me seeing this as a young kid that at such an influential time, and this hip hop game getting big, but all of these big guys would be in the neighborhood and bring other bigger rappers through because they all used to hang out. Me seeing this and growing up on this, I was hooked. Yes. I was hooked. And
so in your 18 years, I want to know if you've had a whoa moment. Like my whoa moment was Method Man. My whoa moment was Mario Van Peebles. Like that. Those interviews. Well, meeting Method Man twice, and my whoa moment was the Mario Van Peebles interview in Rakim. You've been in the game 18 years. Yeah. I know you had a few whoa moments.
Not really, because I ain't go in front. I didn't hang out with like some of the biggest people. You know what I mean? I got music out there with ODB. I was really close friends with Prodigy in the very beginning. Okay. You know what I mean? Like I've been around a lot of these rappers and I've filmed a lot of them and stuff like that. Like,
so you ain't really had a whoa moment?
The only whoa moment I had was when I met one of my favorite artists, Nas. When I met him at the Jay-Z American Gangster shoot at 4040. When I met Nas, I shook his hand and I couldn't like let it go. I was just looking at him like it was like a real fanned out moment. But he's always been my favorite artist.
Did you get an interview with him?
No, actually, no. I have not. Actually, what I want to do is do a song with him. Okay. That's more, fuck an interview. Okay. I want to do a song with Nas. Like, I want to be on a record with Nas.
You rap or sing?
Rap.
Okay.
That was my song that was just playing.
I didn't know. I was bumping to it too.
Okay, there you go.
So we need to manifest that. Whoever knows Nas, reach out to his people.
Yes.
We got to
get on a song. Matter of fact, maybe you should get on the Queens Get the Money remix. We need to do that, man.
You should have him and a couple of other Queens legends.
Exactly. I've been thinking like that already, but you know what I mean? We just manifested on your first show.
Listen, we manifested in the remix with all the Queens legends on there, including Nas.
And LL. I like all of them.
Nas, LL, Cormega, Havoc. Let's get them all. Lloyd Banks. Let's get them all on there.
I ain't gonna front.
I know
I'm
50
waiting
probably not available, but we need 50 on there too.
50 available. He could jot down a quick verse and then send it in. You know what I mean? Like, it's easy, man. It's a lot of Queens legends. Like, Queens been holding it down for a very long time in the game.
A very long time. Oh, my God. See, look at the disgust.
Oh, but look, you know what? Yo, you know what? Shout out my guy Unsigned Heat. Okay, he from the Bronx. But look, the question was, is what made me, like, aside from my wow moment, which I already told you, it was when I met Nas, you know, shook his hand. And what got me into videography and Groundhog TV was a brother named Inf. His name is Inf Mega. Okay. You know, and he's from the Bronx. Okay. Well, he reps Brooklyn, but I would always go up to Co-op City when we would have meetings and link up about stuff. You know what I'm saying? So he repped the Bronx
City.
too.
Shout out to Game Over because they do their basketball tournament.
And he was doing some behind the scenes with Lord Jamal. He did a lot of stuff. So he came to me one time to film me as an artist. Okay. And it was me and a group of other artists that I've been working with and from years ago. Actually, my first show, I had Grand Larceny on the show with me. We was on Times Square. And Grand Larceny was one of the artists that I was working with when I first met Inf Mega 18 years ago. You know, matter of fact, it was a little longer because when me and Inf met, we was doing business already maybe a year or two prior before we started Grind Hard. But Inf is the one that introduced me to videography. So I always show him love on that. But like maybe the first 4 or 5 years of doing it, he branched off and did his Inf Mega Films thing. And I continue Grind Hard going on. So I've been doing
since you've been in the game so long, give me some pros and cons of doing not only media, but how many years you been doing the podcast?
I've been doing this podcast now maybe 2 years. And it was like, I started doing the podcasting thing because a friend of mine, Chappelle, he was like, he like family, you know, but he was telling me that when the guy Taxstone had went through whatever he went through, he said to me, he said, "Yo, World," he said, "you need to take that spot." And I was like, what you mean? And he was like, "Yo, to me, you the OG. That's real, got respect on the street, and you could say whatever you want, and ain't nobody gonna do nothing. So you should just be a podcaster and say what you feel. You know a lot about the game, so you can say what the fuck you want, like you always do." So I was like, you know what, you said, you kind of right, my guy. You know what I'm saying? So that's for a little short while I was doing Big Homie podcasts. And, you know, I was the co-host with him, and we was just co-hosting or whatever the case may be. But then a person that I met through God Bless the Dead, BK Tidal Wave, that's when I met Stella Steph. And she was doing a podcast, and she was like, "Oh, I want you to podcast with me." And I just did it because I wanted to get in the podcasting anyway, and I was cool with it being her show, and I would be the co-host. But, you know, I guess really everybody wanted to work with Grind Hard at the time, but I was just looking at it like, let me do a podcast with a female host, and we could do some stuff. So we did that, and it was cool. And then just exactly 1 year ago, she had some issues that went on with her and just disappeared off the face of the map to me. And I just kept it going. And from the Stella Steph show, I changed the name to Grind Hard TV Podcast. And that's how I'm here. So even when you go through things with people and you have falling outs or people grow separate ways and stuff like that, still a gem can come out of it. And I've been here ever since. You know what I mean? So I'm blessed to say even lemons get turned into lemonade for me because everything is golden for me. Living my life like it's golden.
Exactly. So for somebody that's just coming into the podcast world, what would be the pros and cons of some jewels you could give me?
Just keep doing it. Like everything you doing already, you already on your way. And this is why I rock with you. Because since I've been seeing you in the game, you've always been doing your thing, with your crew, and you stay consistent and you keep elevating to go to next. And even if you're doing it on some, I'm gonna show them, that's still the motivation that got my attention. So when you said to me, "Oh, World, I want to do a podcast," and I'm already over here at Street Media and love it because we grind so hard over here, I'm like, come aboard.
That's it. I appreciate y'all for bringing me home. I appreciate that. So shout out to Mav, shout out to World, shout out to everybody on the S Street Media team. This is the first of many podcasts for Code 31 Media
and events, because we do a lot of events over here.
We doing some on the 26th.
We got a lot of stuff going on over here.
Exactly. You guys, I don't have
and we manifesting the Apollo stuff that you've been talking about. I got my peoples on it from the networks about us getting these. So we working on that, and we'll see what it do.
So y'all gonna see the collaboration of Grind Hard TV, Code 31, and S Street Media. It's about to be a problem for 2023.
Yeah, I ain't gonna front. Y'all in for something out there. Y'all
and
are
now
in
we're
for
gonna
something.
have the magazine, so everything we do is gonna be in the magazines, guys.
Word. And we will be flooding everywhere with them joints.
Yes.
Oh, of course. You already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Shout out UBC TV Network, Glue TV, Roku, Amazon Fire. You know, once my cameras go up, you know where that footage going. You know what I mean? Shout out Peggy Dotson, because I ain't going to front. This is the 50th year of hip hop, and I had a call with her the other day, and she said, "World, everything that you doing, we need to be focused on whatever is going on with you." So we all in this together.
That's
We
what's
got a big machine behind us right now.
Yes.
So all these cameras rolling, all this footage that we got,
Yes.
and our content,
Yes.
it's a lot of people watching us right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So this is your first show, but
Yeah,
I'm just
my
letting y'all
first
know in the
show.
beginning of this year, it's a lot of big people with big things going on that's watching everything I do and I'm involved in, which includes who I'm doing it with.
Yes.
So like I said, 2023, y'all don't know what y'all just started because it's ugly right now.
Y'all don't even know what's about to
It's
happen
ugly.
with them bringing me home. So.
Word. And I'm sipping.
Yes, he's sipping. Where can they reach you on social media?
Everything
young
is
man?
groundhardtv.com. That's the brand. You know what I mean? Y'all know y'all can find my podcast on sstreetmedia. You know, Worldorama on Instagram, Groundhard TV Podcast on Instagram. And that's just what it is. Shout out to the Hoffs. You know what I mean? My youngest, he's doing so well. They're undefeated basketball team. He played for St. Rose. And they got a doubleheader game this weekend. So
I gotta come see them.
Shout out to the kids.
And I know that's why I said it, because you
I'm
already know.
real basketball coach.
Yeah,
I gotta
exactly.
pull up.
Yes. Matter of fact, on the Horse page, I'm about to start promoting like the Horse series, because the new series, part 2, is coming, and it's really all based upon his basketball team and him practicing his games, because they're undefeated. They're 6-0 right now.
How old are the team?
He's 10 years old.
10
He's in the
and
5th
under?
grade.
Okay.
No.
Or just 10th grade, 10-year-old.
5th grade, but it's like
10-year-old.
10 and 11,
Okay,
I think,
10
something like that.
10
Yeah.
and 11. Okay.
Undefeated now. They're undefeated.
I don't know what it is, but when I was
Fire.
coaching, I started my kids at age 8. I
Oh.
can't tell you why, but that number, I feel like they're ready at 8. Because, when my babies is like 6 or 7, I don't think they mentally ready for the Mark Ellison Cougar basketball program that I put them through, running around the park and everything like that. So
Yo, I'm telling
I'm
you.
definitely gonna lock in and watch your baby play.
Yes.
That's
I'm
my
about to-
basketball is
yeah.
my first love.
Yes. So you should know how excited I am about the Hoffs doing what they do. So, you know what I'm saying? Hoff, you know what I'm saying? He's about to be 15. So he's just doing his thing. He hanging out with his friends, messing with the girls and stuff like that. Dad, I ain't really trying to do all that. And I understand, and it's all gravy. It's all Gucci.
Now we gonna mess with the younger baby that's
you know what
doing
I'm
this
saying?
thing right now, 10 years old.
So I'm letting him do what he do and stuff like that. But the little one, that's the new season. Hoff 2. The season 2 of the Hoffs is mainly about his basketball climb.
Okay.
Because they 6-0. And the other teams that they've been playing, there's some big kids. Big, but they defense, they shooting, everything is just superb. They undefeated.
I might have to come and cover that, because when I was at shout out to Game Over Sports, Eric Hicks, I used to, during COVID, he has his own private gym, so I used to commentate all of the high school basketball teams that he had there. So he kind of started that for me. So that was my Whoa TV. We have officially arrived sports.
Okay.
By Code31 Media. So
that's what's up. So we could work on that, because they already allow me to film every game. I'll be in the game when they come in and giving everybody 5s after they win. I'm right up on them with the cameras, filming them like I'm moving around.
I was also a mentor for a Transit Tech basketball team.
I graduated
in
from
Brooklyn.
Transit Tech.
So shout out to them. They doing their thing.
Hand clap to that. Yo, Coach D, you know what's so crazy? I graduated from Transit Tech in '93, and we won the championship in Madison Square Garden.
That's what's up.
Shout out to my dude B, Smitty, all of my guys. We took that champion. I wasn't on the team, but I was like the team mascot.
Right.
I held them down every school we went to, whatever.
Yeah.
And we took that chip my senior year of Transit Tech.
See, look at that.
Class of
See,
93.
look, everything runs 360.
You know what I mean?
The
Facts.
world is very small. But my first love has always been basketball. When Frank interviewed me, he was like, "So what's up with the first love? What's up with?"
Yeah.
I said, "What, basketball?" He said, "Oh, see, it's like you forgot it." I've never forgotten basketball. Basketball is the key to everything I do. Like I told you, my mentality in media comes from basketball. So since young, my brother had me playing against grown men at 12 years old. I played baseball from 10 to 12. I was one of the only 4 girls to be in Jamaica Central Little League. I played pitching, shortstop, second base, outfield. After that,
You just
I
was
said,
a sports fanatic.
yeah, after baseball, like I didn't want to go downstairs. You know, in Baisley Park, downstairs is the big leagues with the. I said I ain't want to. I ain't want to do no more baseball. So then I went to basketball. Well, my brother did the first day to me in Baisley Park. I'm going to the hole. Boom, knocks me to the floor. And he just wanted to see if I was going to quit. I said, I'm not going to quit. Same thing with baseball. He threw the baseball at me. Boom. I'm looking at him like what are we doing?
What you think, is this some sibling rivalry or something?
Nah, it's the toughness.
Right.
You know, that Ellison toughness. He wanted to see if I had it. You know, I'm born with it. So, of course, I had it. But I told him that if you hit me again with that baseball, I'm telling Daddy. You know what I'm saying? And so it was funny. He was in a take it to the hoop tournament. It's like a 3-on-3 tournament. They lost the first day. He said, forget this. I'm bringing my baby sister. Brings me the next day. They're like, your baby sister. Wind up hitting the game winner, 2-pointer, which is like a 3-pointer. We jumping up and down. And I'm telling my brother, don't bring me around these corny people no more. We doing all the work, and they get a trophy and a jacket, and he starts cracking up. And years later, after he passed, I ran into some of the guys, and they were like, we were those corny guys that was on the team. I'm like,
That was kind of, look at me now.
Yeah.
I'm getting paper.
Right. So, you know, I took over my brother's basketball program. It was the Greg Vaughn Cougars. I don't know if you remember Mega Evers, the referee that got killed in Baisley Park. That was Greg Vaughn. That was his college coach. So he named his team in memory of him. And then after my brother passed, I renamed the team the Mark Ellison Cougars. And we took over 200 kids from Baisley, from 40, from Rochdale. You know, we was all rivals. I made us all into a family.
Right.
And we would kill every tournament with kids nobody knew about. This was my brother's blueprint. He would take a kid that nobody cared about, that couldn't dribble or walk or chew gum at the same time, and not only make them into student, athletes, but student athletes. And then he would tell me, here come these coaches like Christopher Columbus discovered America to try to get the kids after he developed them. But some of them would leave, and I would be pissed off like, yo, you was mad corny. My brother made you, you know what I mean? He was like, don't worry, he's just making room for the next kid I got to teach. So I just used that formula when I was coaching in his memory, and we was making so many kids, into great student athletes. And I had to walk away from that eventually because the other coaches, instead of us building and uniting, they was on their hate and stuff. And once you show me that you don't want me somewhere or you don't appreciate me, I move on to the next. So that's how I got into the media thing.
Okay.
So
but your first love is still basketball.
Always, it will always be. Basketball is, the essence of who Code31.
So then that means you can help me with this whole Hoff series with the whole St. Rose team.
Absolutely.
The undefeated team that I know they going to that chip and they taking it.
Yeah, but you got to make sure they stay focused and they stay humble and they don't take no opponent for like, oh, we just gonna blow them out, because that's when you lose momentum. And that's when you lose.
Me and some of the parents be sitting up and we be talking about this, right? So I'm real sociable and stuff like that, and I'm filming their kids, so I talk to them, and some of these kids is really good. Even it's a little kid that's on the team. I think he's number 2. Yo, his mother was on Christ the King, undefeated.
Nice.
So he got it inherited, but the father be telling me, he didn't get it from me. He got it from my wife. But I'm like, yo, he has it. And he's the littlest one on the team. Steals, shoots, everything.
Right.
So I'm like, yo, bro, these kids is about to take the chip. He was like, I really want them to, I want to see what it's going to look like if they lose one. Because, some of the parents be really upset when their kids be losing. We ain't experienced a loss yet because we're undefeated. So they all hype and everything, and sometimes the big man goes up and just throws up a layup and stuff like that. But it works because they're dominating everybody else. He said, I wonder what they'll feel like if they lose one time.
I mean, they may need that before the playoffs or whatever. They may need that.
Yeah, he said that. He's like, I want to see what it looks like if they lose, because I'm like, we always leaving every game and we parents that's happy because our kids is winning, but how them other parents feel? because their kids is losing.
Right.
And they be talking about us when we get there. The parents be already sitting there like, yeah, this the undefeated team right here. We gotta watch them. And some parents be furious at their kids. And, why did you do that? You should have shot it that way. No, it be crazy. Like, this is an experience. I had to document it.
Yes.
And I've been filming every game, every practice. Matter of fact, I got to go to practice.
Crazy parents. Even as a player, I encountered crazy parents. And it's funny, we was just talking about this on my birthday, me and my best friend.
Happy belated birthday, by the way.
Thank you. We were playing a team, and it was a parent on my team that was coming for me because I guess his daughter had scored she was like the high scorer,
right.
And then the next game I broke the record, and I guess her father felt some type of way, but he was talking crazy to me. I have one of those quiet fathers,
right.
correction officer. He's
okay. So he got a gun.
You remember Police Academy when she rode over the officer's foot and the big guy came? That was my father. He came from across the court. They was like, oh Lord, Mr. Ellison just got up. And he just walked very quietly over to the parent like, if you got anything to say to my daughter, I need you to address it to me. And I'm just like, oh my Lord.
But nah, that's good.
You done woke up the bear.
You had to hold you down like since a little kid.
No, but he's very quiet. My brother was a different story.
Right.
He'd be yelling and screaming, and they like, whose brother is that? And I'm like, it's mine. I know what I hear what I need to hear, and then the rest I let go. No, when I see him walk in the building, it's like showtime. I gotta do my thing now. My brother here. So that's how it always was when it came to basketball.
Wow. Yo.
So rest in peace to my brother.
And
Mark
that was your only sibling?
No, I had my sister Nina. She also passed away. But like, she was the Rocky of the family. Like, say somebody was bullying me on the bus. She'll cut school, get on the bus, and mush you in your forehead like, that's my little sister. You touch her, you bother her again, I'm going to see you at 3 o'clock. But she was like the midget of the three of us. Like, she wasn't athletic or nothing. She was just like I said, the bully, like the boxer of the family. Like, anybody have a problem, she's fighting them.
So basically, you was the middle child.
No, I was the youngest.
Oh, so you was the youngest.
Yes. So my brother was 8 years older. My sister was 5 years older. But my sister wasn't really into sports and stuff. She was kind of like the cheerleader type thing. So my brother was like, if you going to hang out with me, you going to do what I do. So I played football for one day because they kept giving me the football, trying to tackle me. And I didn't understand why. But now I understand why. And I didn't like that. So we don't even deal with football. You know, then I played baseball, then we went to basketball.
See, you was trying to do the little boy thing, but they was like, the little boys was really on you.
Nah.
Yo, you know what? I want to say something about that, right? And we don't want to offend the gay community
Right.
and LGBTQ, LBTDD. We don't want to do that. But I be seeing dykes sometimes walking around, and they be dressed like guys with their pants sagging. But they be having big asses. So I be saying, like, do they not know that niggas will still fuck them or something? Like,
I don't
why
know
do they
what
be
that-
thinking that they try to be so aggressive
But
and
let me
tough?
tell you something.
Like, come
I'm
on.
going to tell you the pros of being around the dudes.
Right.
Okay?
Tell me.
Because I got to find out who the scumbags were. So even if I liked them,
You
they
had
would
to be like,
forget that I was around them talking about other chicks and stuff. And I'd be like, we're not dealing with you.
You ain't
So,
shit.
so I had the inside scoop on how guys think.
It's a pro and a con to
about
everything.
us.
It's a pro and a con to everything. Because
And I beat my boyfriends, by the way. My ex-boyfriends, I beat them. I would tell them, they were like, yo, let's play one-on-one. I said, if we play, you know what I'm saying, when I body you and stuff, you're going to want to be my man. And that's what happened. I beat them, of course. They try to play like, I beat you because that's what I don't lose. And if I lose, it's like I had shoulder surgery or whether my brother crazy, he got me, go play that person. They popped me right in my shoulder and I was like, you know what, you got it. No.
That's
that
what
hurt.
it is.
That hurt a lot. So.
Well, look, you know what I'm saying? So you've grown under two tough siblings. So there's no way in hell you could have been soft.
Never.
No way.
I was very quiet though.
Right.
It's kind of like
your
the
father's
Incredible
quiet.
Hulk mentality.
Your father's quiet with your siblings.
Oh, and my mother don't play.
okay.
Like I said, like my mother, she don't play. Like when I tell people online like that want to talk trash, it's like it's only two people I fear: God and mommy, in that order. She's 81 years old. but she still got the quick hands and the. You know how your mother give you that.
You said your mother's 81?
81.
Wow.
Yes.
81.
81.
Yo, you
My
know what I
dad's
say?
84.
See, and they're alive.
Yes, yes.
Yo, you know what I say? And I already said my age. Y'all heard me. I always say living to 80 is a full life to me. If I could live to 80 years old, I would be happy. I wouldn't say, oh, I didn't live long enough, or I didn't accomplish everything I did. By 80, you would have had to accomplish everything you needed to accomplish in life.
If you ain't do it yet, it ain't gonna happen.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? No, no actuality, you still got time because most people that became millionaires was in their 50s.
Right.
You know, so they say like in your half a century of life is when you really start wising up and doing things correctly and really making it happen if you didn't do it when you were younger. You know what I mean? But by 80, you would have had to have done everything you needed to done.
Right. And like I said, I love that I'm growing older. Like my siblings didn't make it to their 50s.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like most in black community, like a lot of us don't.
Right. So I cherish every year of life. People like, oh, I don't want to tell people. Nah, I'm 52 years old. I'm proud to be where I am. I'm from Southside Jamaica, Queens, and I'm doing things beyond what I could ever imagine in media and you know, in basketball and everything like that. So the sky's the limit for Code 31.
Yeah, that's what's up. And this is the beginning of 2023. Your first show, the first week of the year.
Yes.
In a whole new millennium, like we in the 2020s
and
now.
I got my whole team here.
You
know what I'm saying? That's a fact. That's Street Media Studios.
Yes.
I'm here, Groundhog TV, kind of guest / hosting with you, type-ish.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we got so
showing
much
me the
things.
ropes. Showing me the ropes. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
It's great content though.
Yes.
And I'm glad that we spoke about this because I'm really doing the Hoff Series 2 on this whole basketball thing.
Okay.
And since you're such a basketball connoisseur,
what?
I really need your assistance on stuff.
You help me with this media stuff on this side with the camera and everything, and I will help you on that side with the basketball. It works.
Word up, because I'm so proud of him. You don't even know. You know what I mean? Like it's a big deal. Everything with me is fatherhood priceless. You know, when you came on my show, I was telling you about the whole situation with, you know, me finding out about the kid not being mine after all these years and things of that sort. And I'm still dealing with that. But, you know what I mean? Like the young biological ones that are mine.
Yes.
I'm so still excited about everything that I'm learning from them as they grow up and things of that sort. But guys out there, when you have children and women, get a DNA test.
Big facts.
I don't give a F.
Oh
about
my gosh.
nothing.
And on that
saying?
note,
we're gonna end the show.
We are gonna end the show on that note. I wanna
get some shout outs real quick.
Yo, what up? Yo, so I want to shout out bigger and better things. Shout out to BBT Mike. I see you, baby. Yo, whose mic is this showcase? Go Crazy Festival. We April 9th is the next one. I'm coming. You know I'm there every time. Photos is always lit. And yo, check me out. I got the photo shoots. I got the videos. Hit me up, man. I do your event. I come to your
What's your Instagram?
Party. Your photo bond DM promo. Let's go.
Let's go. And he's my cameraman too.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. So
that's it. And it's Code 31.
Let's get it.
Code 31, we out.
Yeah. Everybody else, Frank, one more time.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to God.
Son just won a Grammy being on your show.
God, everybody.
Shout out to God. You know, for blessing me through you.
Yes.
Get on the platform, and I know bigger things are coming.
Yes.
I know they coming. I told you they watching.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah,
they watching.
definitely
Did I
watching.
told you that?
Yes.
They watching, man.
Yes.
They watching.
It's over. It's over. We taking over.
Come on.
Come on, get up here and say something, my guy.
Hold up, yeah. My ride's coming soon. You better talk up.
I don't say much, but I'll say this. Big up to Craigslist, because if it wasn't Craigslist, I wouldn't meet this young lady over here 10, 15 years
Shout
ago.
out to Craigslist.
Yes, sir.
For sure.
And the movie was doing with you and my man over here, our old man. We filming it next year.
Color.
Should be coming out cool. And that's all I'm going to say
Color
for now.
2023.
Love you all.
Y'all stay tuned.
Thank you very much.
All right. Our man.
Oh, okay, what's wrong? Oh, the big one. Okay. There's big old Owlman Owldan in the building. My Instagram is _Owlman, and it was a pleasure, Coach D. Thank you for having me. I see you grow and everything. We went from 50 cents fundraiser to the Hip Hop Museum, the big opening for the Hip Hop Museum. That's something to look forward to this summer. I think they're opening up this summer. Or
next year.
Next year. Okay. Yeah,
but they're doing the 50th anniversary this year, so we're going to try to be in the building for that, for sure. We're going to manifest that. Everybody said everything. Listen, I want to... Go ahead. You got something else to say?
Yeah, I think we done. Are we done?
All right. Let me just end it and say thank you to A.Reality for my outfit. Thank you to Jerry for the magazines. Thank you to sstreetmedia and Grindhard TV for my first podcast, Code31 Media TV. It was an honor and a pleasure, and it's more to come. You know why? It's Coach D and it's Code31.
It's Code 31.
Thank you, guys.